Snapchat and rumbling fuck. Shake your tits and swing your dicks. Happy Friday, you dirty little fuckers. So you made it to another Friday. So here's your crotch-watering episode of your favorite internet sensation with Libation, the Friday wrap-up. Before I get today's show kicked off, I want to tip my hat to today's libation. I'm drinking a nice, ice-cold Surfside vodka lemonade. It's actually a strawberry vodka lemonade, and this is quite delightful, I must say. If you haven't had the Surfside lemonades yet, you're missing out. Go get yourself some. I'll lose the drink up and be somebody. That is lovely. Okay, kids, what a week. So Elvis Week starts today. Now, Elvis Week is a special time of year where we commemorate the life and times and death of the king of rock and roll, Elvis Aaron Presley. They have, a whole festival going on at Graceland, and it culminates on next Friday, August 16th, the anniversary of the death of Elvis Presley, and they have a whole candlelight vigil at Graceland. It's quite beautiful. And we'll do a little something next week to commemorate the death of the king of rock and roll. Another news, Lonnie Anderson, star of WKRP in Cincinnati, also Burt Reynolds' ex-wife, died Sunday at the age of 79. I got to tell you, back in the day, Lonnie Anderson was quite a looker. And what else? Sirius XM canceled Howard Stern's show this week. Couldn't have happened to a nicer piece of shit. I might be the only person on the planet who says this, but I never, ever, ever found this fuckface funny. Okay? I never liked him. I think he's a jerk off. Okay? He's a little shit. He must have gotten the fucking shit knocked out of him as a kid, and now he feels special because he was on the radio. I've done his daughter's bat mitzvahs, both of them. And both times he was an unbelievable fucking cunt. He's just a cunt of a human being. I guarantee you that somewhere right now, some big mullion is bending this cocksucker over and shoving a black schlong the size of my fucking arm up his ass until he can taste it. And then he turns around and says, "Thank you, Daddy." He's definitely a little light in the fucking loaf. There's no question about it. Anyway, he said that he hated everyone who voted for Donald Trump, and he demanded that they stop watching his show. So, they did. And as a result, his fucking ratings plummeted, so Sirius canceled the show. Good. I found gold. Anyway, we got a quick hit this week. Listen, sometimes we all need a quickie now and again, so go grab those ankles, baby, and away we go. Let's hit it. All right, kids, get your tickets out. We're about to hop onto that maniacal, magical express of the mayhem and fuckery. The crazy train's about to leave the station. Up, up, woo-hoo! First stop, New York City. Let's talk about the fucking mayoral race in New York. It's heating up, and things are not looking good, kids. Let me tell you, we're in a lot of fucking trouble. This Mondami guy looks like he might be running away with the fucking mayoral race if somebody doesn't do something soon. And if you're not concerned about it yet, then you're a fucking momo. You should be. If you want to take a look at what New York City will turn into with this guy as fucking mayor, go look at Chicago. My second favorite city. Outside of New York, Chicago's my other favorite. I truly fucking love it. But the mayor that they got there, I forgot his fucking name because I can't, but he's a disaster. He's a fucking socialist like Mondami, and he's absolutely destroyed the fucking beautiful city of Chicago. Okay? So, this Mondami's worse than him. Mondami's not a socialist. He's a fucking communist. He's going to absolutely annihilate New York City. Somebody's got to do something, and they got to do something fast. The Republicans got no fucking shot yet. None. Not even close. Again, for some reason, which I cannot fucking understand, they fucking tapped this fucking idiotic jerk-off, Curtis Lewa. Last time he ran for mayor, he couldn't stop petting the cat. Every time he talked to him, he's petting the fucking cat like the psychopath. Now, he's not even campaigning. He's running around doing TikTok fucking videos and screaming about garbage in Queens. Oh, look at the garbage in Queens. Hey, what are you going to do, Mayor Adams? Fuck, why are you going after Adams right now? He's not the problem. Oh, look at this. Look, a homeless guy in Times Square. I got him a sandwich in the water. And go there by the grace of God. What the fuck are you yelling Bible verses at the... The guy's on the floor sleeping like this. And he's waking him up to give him a fucking sandwich. This homeless fuck just passed out and shit his pants 15 minutes ago. Here you are bothering him. Homeless people don't vote, Curtis. This guy's an absolute fucking waste of time. Waste of time. The Republicans have no horse in the race here. What they should have done was nominate me. I could win this, no problem. I'd run away with this fucking thing. I'd take a sledgehammer and crack this fucking Mandami guy in the head. He'd be debating, he wouldn't be able to talk. I got it. I'd be the next mayor in New York City, and I'd be the best fucking mayor New York City ever had. Not only that, but I'd be the best dressed one, too. Best looking guy. I'd run the fucking city like a boss. You know what I mean? Here, homeless problem, I clean that shit up in a couple of hours. I get a truck, they go around the city, they start taking them off the street, out of the subway. Come on, they put them in the truck, they bring them down to the river, they dunk them, they put them in a cage, just dunk them, and, till the bubble stop. They're washed, and now the problem's solved. I mean, if that's too fucking, if that's too much, they can always stick them on Rikers Island. Just leave them there. Just drop them off. Here you go. Be homeless over here. Once a week, you bring a dumpster full of garbage. They can rummage through it, feel like they're doing something, but they'd be off the fucking streets. That's my point. Okay? The subways would be safer because they ain't there. I'd put armed police in there. Okay? I would triple the fucking police force in New York City overnight. And here's how I solve the crime problem. I give the cops back their fucking nightsticks. Go ahead, boys. Go crack some fucking heads. All right? They start spinning those fucking sticks around. You see how fast everybody starts walking the fucking line. They lock somebody up, no bail reform. Stick them in the fucking tombs. 3 by 3 if you got it. Don't worry about it. When they get arraigned, they get sentenced, send them over to fucking Rikers. Let the rats gnaw on their fucking nutsacks. You see how fast they come out nice, straight. Oh, they all find Jesus. Within 6 months, I would turn New York City into a fucking utopia. All right? That's my plan. Very simple. Why can't Curtis Sliwa do that? Because he's a jerk off, you understand? He's not fit to run the city. So we got 4 people running for fucking mayor. Okay? You got to pick between 2 bowls of shit and 2 bags of fucking diarrhea. Well, the diarrhea we don't want. Okay? Sliwa is just a fucking disaster. He's a jerk off. He can't even manage himself, all right? He can't even dress himself. He's running around with his fucking beret on his head. Please, okay? And Mandami, communist. So now that leaves us with fucking Adams and Cuomo. Sometimes the devil you know is better than the devil you don't know. Now listen, I mean, I'd rather keep fucking Adams than have Sliwa or Mandami as mayor. I can't believe I just fucking said that out loud. God help me. Okay, but if I got to pick between these 2 jerk-offs, the one who I think would do the better job, I mean, listen, Adams is completely fucking inept. He's in over his head. He's a moron. You don't know what the fuck he's doing. Would I keep him over Mandami or Sliwa? Yeah, I would. But if, I can't believe I'm going to fucking say this, but if I got to pick between these 2, Cuomo. Cuomo would be the better mayor out of what we got here, okay? If I can't pick myself and I got to pick these 2, I go with Cuomo. Here's why. He's got the track record, okay? The man was the fucking governor of New York State for 100 fucking years, okay? I mean, was he the greatest governor we had? Not even close. Okay, will he be the greatest mayor we ever have? Not even close. But he can't be any fucking worse than Adams or de Blasio, okay? Yeah, he killed a bunch of senior citizens during COVID. Yeah, the fucking bail reform bullshit was his stupid idea. But he's also not a stupid man. He's an egotistical jerk-off that likes to play tune in Tokyo, but he ain't stupid. Okay, and I've said that before. I think when he makes a mistake, he sees it and he knows how to fix it. He may not admit it, but he'll try to fix it. So I think I've said it's a political mistake for him to go backwards from governor to mayor, but that's his fucking problem, not mine. If he's going to be there, then fine, fuck it. I think he's got the better track record. He would be the better solution for New York City. And this is a Republican saying that. So they said Trump might get involved. Trump's tossing the idea around. He might step in and sort of kind of mediate this a little bit. Now, he's the mayor of New York. He's the mayor of, he's the president of the United States of America. He's got enough fucking things on his plate to be, he doesn't need to be bothered with who's running for mayor in New York City. But Trump is a fucking New Yorker, so this is going to play close to the bone for him. And I think if he backs a particular candidate, that could swing this vote a little bit. If it remains the 4 of them, and Cuomo and Adams split the vote enough. There's a razor thin chance Sliwa would win, but that doesn't mean that's a good thing for us. Otherwise, it's Mandami. So I think what he needs to do is have a sit down with fuck Sliwa. Because if I know Trump, he'll break rank here. He's got to have a sit down with Adams and Cuomo. Okay, which one of you two has the best shot? Who's got the better numbers? Who's gonna have the better numbers to win? You don't have Trump numbers, but who's got it? And if it's Cuomo, then they got to tell fucking Adams, you got to bow out, throw your support behind Cuomo. Trump comes out, endorses Cuomo, and you're gonna see a big fucking movement towards Cuomo. Will Sliwa lose his fucking mind? Yeah, but who gives a fuck? Okay? And Trump's not he's not a politician. So, if the Republicans aren't the choice, he'll back the right guy. So I don't think he's going to go party blind. I think he'll go to who he thinks is the right guy. Now, look, he's known Cuomo for years. They're like frenemies. Okay? Do they like each other? No. But do they hate each other? Not exactly. So I think, and look, if Adams is the one with the better numbers, then so be it. Then back fucking Adams. It's the other way around. But I think somebody's got to step in, mediate this, and go, okay, look, you two fucking jerk-offs have to figure something out. Because if you're both running as independents, you're fucking everything up. If like I said, if they could put the steam behind Cuomo, because right now Adams is not a very popular person. Cuomo has his druthers, but I think he's got a little bit more of the popularity here. So if he's running as an independent, Trump backs him, and you're gonna see, and everybody gets off their fucking ass and starts voting, because I think if Trump comes out and backs him, all the Republicans will vote for. Half of the Democrats that have half of a brain in their head that don't want to deal with communism, and all the Republicans would vote for Cuomo. Cuomo wins by 1 or 2 points, and then that's that. Okay, I think that's the strategy that needs to be executed here. Otherwise, it ain't too late. Fucking pull Sliwa off the fucking race. Nominate me. I got it. Okay, I got it. Anyway, next stop. Washington, D.C. Could you imagine me as fucking mayor? Seriously. People would be tuning into the news every fucking night for two things. You see what Trump's up to, and what the fuck is Mayor Tommy going to say next. And I'd still do the Friday wrap-up from Gracie Mansion, and it would be live broadcasted all over Times Square. It would be a magical place, better than Disneyland. Anyway, next stop, Washington, D.C. Donald Trump has been president now for over 200 days. Can you imagine? Time flies when you're having fun. And we're doing so much fucking winning that it's almost embarrassing. This week, Trump had a press conference discussing the Texas redistricting, and then he just unloaded on fucking Liz Warren. Take a look.
Texas redrawing their congressional map would get you 5 safe red seats. Means that California, New York, Illinois, and Maryland are all going to redraw their maps to add safe.
Well, they'll do it anyway.
Is it worth it?
Yeah, they'll do it anyway. Why? If we stop over there, they would have done it anyway. Look, a lot of these states, I watched this morning as Democrats are complaining, and they're complaining from states where they've done it, like in Illinois, like in Massachusetts. I watched this lunatic, Pocahontas. She's a total lunatic. I don't know what she's on. She's all jumping up and down like I've never seen anything like it, talking about supporting the communist mayor. And he's not a socialist. He's a communist, okay? This is not a socialist mayor. This is a communist. If you look at any of his policies and go back 6 months, you don't even have to go back further than that. So they want to put a communist in New York. Now, the good news is we have a lot of power over that because we're the ones with the money. We send the money. We don't send the money. It's up to the White House, a lot of power in the White House. But when I watched her jumping up and down, talking about that and supporting the communists, but if you look at what's going on with the redistricting or whatever you want to call it, the Democrats have done it long before we started. They've done it all over the place. They did it in New York. They did it in a lot of different states. But in Massachusetts, so somebody used this as an example today. I was interviewed this morning, and they said, it's pretty unfair. Trump got 40% I'm not proud of that, but I think I probably got more, but that's okay. I got 40% in Massachusetts, and yet they have 100% of the vote in terms of Congress. So there's no Republican, there's no anything. So we should have 40%. You know why? They redistricted. And they've done it all over the place. And they've done it in California, by the way. Before this, they've done it in California. So we'll see what happens. We have a wonderful governor in Texas. He feels strongly about it. It's going to be up to him. I think there's tremendous support for it. And, you know, we've watched the Democrats destroy our country in 4 years. They've destroyed, between their open borders that we talked about, transgender for everybody, all of the horrible things that they've done, high taxes, horrible medical provision for people. We've watched them destroy our country for 4 years, and people don't want that. And people in Texas, as you saw, I got the highest vote in the history of Texas. I love Texas. Texas likes me, obviously. But I got the highest vote, and that was checked out on the show. Did you see that? Where they checked it out, they said he actually did get the highest vote in the history of Texas, which disappointed them. They were very disappointed to hear that. But Texas is a place that's done very well with a free enterprise kind of an attitude, with the exact opposite of what's happening in New York with a communist mayor. And they know what they're doing, and they're doing the right thing. Yeah.
I wish all press conferences were done like that. It's cute, you know. It's nice. It's entertaining. You know, Trump makes a cute little baby, I have to say. Your sports update, kids. Major League Baseball, Yankees and Astros tonight at 7:05. Mets and Brewers tonight at 8:10. And Phillies and Rangers tonight at 8:05. NFL. Well, I told you preseason football started last week. I don't give a fuck. Nobody really gives a fuck. But, you know, I've been reading a lot of things, what's going on in Giants training camp and whatnot. I don't know. It doesn't seem to me like they got a clue right now. And if the Giants do not get their shit together this season, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do. If they have another fucking disaster season like they had last year, I may have to start seriously paying attention to the Buffalo Bills. I can't live like this no more. Okay, I couldn't watch football. I'd get literal like stomach cancer. I'm not a Jets fan. I can't be a Jets fan. They're a fucking disaster. I don't hate them, but they're a fucking disaster. And they got no shot at anything as long as Joe Namath is still alive. Okay, but the Giants were at least a decent fucking team. Not so much anymore. So like I said, if they don't get it together, I might have to hang up my Giants jacket and switch to the Bills. I mean, at least they could, I don't need them to get to the playoffs. At least play a couple of fucking decent games. Give me something to watch, okay? And not for nothing, the Buffalo Bills are the true New York football team. I mean, the Giants and the Jets play in fucking Jersey, and I can prove that. I saw this on the internet recently. I forgot who said it, but I think it was that comedian Little Mo Mozzarella, and he goes, yeah, if you go into like Jersey, like South Jersey or Philly or something, and you're wearing not Philly, but if you go into like Jersey, right, and you're wearing a fucking Giants hat or a Jets hat, they go, oh, you're a Giants fan, you're a Jets fan? Uh-huh. If you're wearing a Bills hat, they go back to New York. That's how you know. And it's true. That's a good fucking gauge. So let's see what happens. Hopefully it's not a disappointing season. Okay, kids, on Tommy's Pub and Grub Review, we got a couple of places to talk about here. So I got a correction about Valley. So if I mentioned Valley Caterers last week, the last day was the 19th. I was wrong. Maybe that's wishful thinking. Don't ask me where I got the 19th from. Their final day is next Saturday, August 17th, not the 19th. And I got to also say this. Okay, I'm a little disappointed with them. Maybe, actually not even a little, a lot. Now, I've mentioned numerous times how I'm infatuated with this sweet potato pie because it reminds me of my dear departed Aunt Barbara's sweet potato pie. It's the closest I've ever tasted to hers. So I went in there yesterday to get a sandwich, and I was talking to one of the guys that I know there, that I'm cool with. And I says, yo, cuz, let me ask you a question. I said, what are the chances of you being able to get me this sweet potato pie recipe? He looks at me and goes, oh, it's Chef Pierre. I went, what? He goes, that's Chef Pierre. I'm like, I don't know what you're saying. He goes, the pie, the sweet potato pie? He goes, yeah. He goes, they get that from Chef Pierre. I'm like, what the fuck is Chef Pierre? He goes, it's the commercial division for Sara Lee. I said, whoa, wait a minute. What are you telling me, Mo? You telling me that this sweet potato pie is a frozen Sara Lee pie? He goes, most of them are. I mean, what the fuck? He goes, unless you buy like a gourmet pie, he goes, those they make here. He said, but everything else, they buy it frozen from Sara Lee and then thaw it out, repackage it, and resell it. God only knows the fucking face I made, because this kid backed up. He's like, Tommy, I can give you the coleslaw recipe. I said, I don't want the fucking coleslaw recipe. I know how to make coleslaw. I says, you mean to tell me all these fucking years I'm thinking this fucking pie that reminds you of my aunt's pie I could get in a fucking Walmart for half price? I mean, listen, I've always said this when I looked, like the crust always looked too perfect, like it was like perfectly stamped, and I just assumed that they were just using a pre-baked crust, like a pre-formed crust. So, like, but I don't know. I'm just a fucking retard, I guess. I figured they, when they say homemade pies, that the pies were made there, not in a fucking Sara Lee factory. Lies, the lies for years that we've been sold because of this place. These fucking kraut motherfuckers. I hope they all get to Texas and drop dead. Okay. Seriously, I hope they got gored by a fucking bull. Imagine lying to me for all these fucking years. So now, I've been eating frozen commercial-made pie for years under false pretenses. So now I have no choice. I have to see if I can recreate my aunt's apple pie. Now, before you ask, no, she didn't use Sara Lee. I've seen her make the pie. Like, I don't know how she made it, but I've seen her make the filling and put it in the thing. And she always made her own crust. Now, like I said, now, if you're going to use a store-bought crust, all right, fine. My thing is, if you're going to use a store-bought crust, at least use the Pillsbury one, because it looks like homemade. You could roll it out in a nice ceramic pie plate, crimp it, and do nice things with it. I don't have a problem with that. I've done that too. When I don't feel like making pie crust because it's a pain in the ass, I've done that. But, now I have to rethink everything. So, like, the gourmet pies that they had are the ones they said they made in the store. But now I'm thinking, did they make the filling or did they use canned filling? Right? Because if you're using store-bought crust and canned filling, you're not baking, you're assembling. That's how my mother used to bake. My mother would go, I can bake. I'm like, what'd you bake? I'd make pies. I'm like, no, you don't. You buy fucking store-bought crust that's in the metal tin. You heat it up, and then you open a can of apple pie filling or blueberry pie filling. You don't even know what the fuck is in there. You put it in there. The only thing you make is the cinnamon crumbs. You put it on top and you bake it. What the fuck did you do? I baked. I'm like, that's not baking. That's assembling. Okay, so that's what they've been doing. They've been assembling pies and just reselling fucking frozen pie. And they're not cheap. They're like $13, $14, $15 a pie. Meanwhile, you can get it for fucking like, $6, $7 in fucking Walmart. You imagine? The fucking rage that I had. I don't even know why I paid for my sandwich. Yeah. So I'm very disappointed with them. Very, very disappointed. On another note, tried a new spot this week. Willie's Azucar, Cuban restaurant in Massapequa, right on Merrick Road. There's a fairly new place. I think they opened sometime towards the end of last summer or last fall or something like that. It's less than 2 years old. The guy who owns it also owns the Cuban in Garden City and the one in Patchogue, and he also owns Margaritas in Wantaw, and some other joint, Coco Loco or something like that in Bethpage. So he has a couple places. I've eaten at the Cuban a few times. It's not bad. It's pretty good. But I'm a pain in the ass when it comes to Cuban food. Cuban food is my favorite Latin cuisine. You can keep Mexican, Puerto Ricans, the Dominicans, the Honduran, the Peruvian, all that shit. It's okay, but this one's my favorite. And my go-to is always the ropa vieja, but nobody's ever going to make ropa vieja better than my guy, Rudy, over at Rincon Criollo, formerly of Queens. They're now in New Hyde Park, right over here on, if you go down, I think, Jericho Turnpike. Very good. Go check them out. But anyway, so Willie's in Massapequa was a little corner spot. Nice little vibe. You get that little Cuban flair when you go in there. You just want to kind of go like, do all that shit here. Drinks are good. I just had some appetizers. I had a arepas with the chicken chicharrones on top. Not bad. Okay, they were good. And then they had these Cuban sandwich sliders, which were very nice. And just because I wanted to try the ropa vieja, I went with the ropa vieja empanadas. Not anywhere close to Rincon Criollo, but decent, not bad. Was it the greatest Cuban place I've ever been to? Nope, not by a long shot, but it was good. Good enough that I'll go back. You know, it was just a nice, cool little vibe. I was there for like a happy hour. They say they have live music on Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. I was there on a Tuesday, and there was no live music. And I guess maybe because it was the summer, you know, everybody's off doing whatever, so maybe they just saved the money up for the band. But I'll go check them out on a Friday or a Saturday. I'm sure it's a pretty bumping little spot. Good space, good place. Go check them out. There's a lot of great restaurants. And I don't, you know, when I go to Massapequa, I usually go towards Massapequa Park. I don't really hang out in Massapequa. Like that little strip on Merrick Road's got a lot of good spots. There's Patricia's, family style Italian place on the corner, which I hear is very good. But since I got no family, I don't go. Family style. And then there's a couple of little Italian places. Another place I want to check out, Mangia Beve. And then there's a good looking brick oven places, brick oven pizza spots. There's even, you got Smokin' Al's down there, which is a staple. You got my favorite joint, All American. And then you got, they opened up where the old Seaford Diner was. They opened a barbecue joint called Dang Roadhouse. So I was looking at the menu of that. That looks pretty promising too. So I got a lot of good spots that I could check out. What else? So the Platt. They reopened their main bar finally. I think that was last week, and they're calling it now the Hive. So they redid the whole place. It used to. I've seen pictures. I haven't checked it out. I may go check it out later on. The place. If you ever been in there, it was like an old, kind of divey looking German bar that had like the old school like round bar in the middle of the room and like some. It was dated. They gave it a really nice look. Now they did away with the center bar. They got like this big long, like looks like a tree they split in half. They turned it into like a community pub table, and then the bar wraps around the whole back end of the place. It's a big bar. It's got all the stained glass, nice. It looks really, really nice. So I do want to go check it out, see what it's like. You know. It's a different little change of pace over there. See what's going on. Let's talk about King Umberto's. So I stopped by King Umberto's Sunday for dinner. So now they got the sign up for their new restaurant concept right next to it. And there's been a lot of speculation, what's it going to be, blah, blah, blah. So I'm sitting at the bar and Chiro comes over. I'm like, all right, so what's going on next door? What do we got? So he proceeds to tell me his idea. Okay, he wants to do a chef tasting. I said, what do you mean? He goes, well, he's like, I want to do like one seating a night, like 60 people. He goes, and it's just a chef tasting, like 8 courses. Now, for those of you that don't know, a chef's tasting is like they pick like 8 dishes and they get like, it's almost like a tapas thing. So you're getting 8 tastings of different whatever, and they'll probably change it up, and then wines and stuff like that. And I'm looking at him, and I went, that's nice. And, they're going to charge you through the fucking asshole for it. Success is wasted on the fucking wrong, or luck, I should say, is wasted on the wrong people. I'm looking at this guy, 30 fucking years in the business, and I'm looking at him, and I'm like, yeah, that's what you're going to do. That's not going to last long. That's a novelty. People might come, and they might do that for, like, maybe 6 months, and it's going to peter out right away. First of all, nobody in this area is going to spend that kind of fucking money in Elmont for a chef's tasting. Maybe North Shore people might come in, Garden City people might come in, but then once they get a look at the fucking area, they're going to, like, their assholes are going to pucker up. They're going to go. It's not the place for that. What they'd have been better off doing is going with a high-end Italian steakhouse concept. Like, you just take, like, high-end steakhouse, we're thinking, like, dry-aged, prime-cut steaks, chops, things like that, and giving it an Italian restaurant flair, okay? Like, riffing on, like, your typical steakhouse staples, like off the top of my head, gorgonzola cream spinach, Calabrian chili rosemary roasted potatoes, or roasted garlic and mascarpone cheese mashed potatoes, or you could do like asparagus or Brussels sprouts or oreganata. Like, these are steakhouse staples, but now they got an Italian twist on it, you know? Baked fontina crab mac and cheese. Huh? And this is me just getting warmed up. Could you imagine if I came up with the whole concept of this menu? The fucking line would be all the way down Hempstead Turnpike. And I'm looking at this guy, and I'm thinking, what the fuck? You do a high-end steakhouse with shit like that, the expensive wines, the scotches, the whiskeys. You're going to be printing fucking money. People will come for that. People will come from Howard Beach. They'll come from fucking Brooklyn. They'll come down from the fucking Bronx, Westchester, okay? All over Long Island. They're not going to come for a fucking chef's tasting. That's like you do that once in a while. It's like, oh, this was nice. Let's go get pizza now. You know what I mean? What are you going to charge them? Fucking chef's tasting for like 4 people. We're talking like fucking with the wine and everything. We're talking almost $1,000. Okay? Just under. For what? I'd rather spend, if I'm going to drop $200 on my own fucking dinner, I'd rather have a nice piece of steak, a strip, a T-bone, ribeye. You maybe do like a tomahawk for 2 or 3. Like, that's, you keep people there fucking drinking. They're not going to sit there drinking, if they do an 8-course tasting. Then you got to pair different wines, but like you're doing flights at that point. No, you do an Italian steakhouse. Shit, you know what? Best fucking dinner in the world. You do a nice strip steak with a little spaghetti aglio olio, and there you go, baby. It's just, that's my go-to last meal on the fucking planet. Like, you do shit like that, like pasta and steak, or like, one of these like riffs on the side. I'm telling you, people will fucking go bananas for that, especially if you got a good meat product. That's how that would have been lights out there. This fucking 8 tasting bullshit. It's just fucking stupid. These are stupid people. Him and his fucking idiot uncle Rosario. 2 stupid motherfuckers. I don't understand. I really don't understand. Like, you have a gold mine here, and you're just like, fucking retard. They put all this money into this fucking joint. They're gonna kill it. It's gonna go back to an overflow dining room because they don't know what they're doing. I'm telling you, high-end steakhouse. That's the way to go. They spend all this money on a bakery, new breads, and all that other shit, which they did a great job with that. But this is going to be a flop. Or not what they think it is. I'm going to go have a fucking, like, you have to go with a seating. Like, you have to go with a bunch of people. Like, if I just wanted to take someone out to dinner, or I just wanted to go to dinner myself, right? I'm not doing that, an 8-person thing. You can't even get a seating for that. Like, if I just want to go sit down, order a fucking steak, a little pasta, a little vegetable, and like have myself a nice evening with a bottle of wine, I could do that. You're going to appeal to more people with that, and you're going to make more fucking money. But hey, what do I know, right? Manage. Anyway, on That's Retarded, let's talk about the new watermelon challenge.
Cut it off, Julio. Cut it off, see it. Nah. Hey.
What the fuck? No. Now what kind of monkey-ass stupid shit is that? I don't know. That's some stupid-ass monkey shit right there. Nobody better be dropping a watermelon on my head, goddammit. Ooh, bitch, I'll shove one up your fat ass. You probably like that shit, too. Yeah, you just come on over here and try it, Leroy. I'll stick my motherfucking foot up your ass. Ain't nobody want to see that diabetic sugar foot of yours. Nasty ass. Ooh, this man. Ooh, baby. Ooh. Ooh, baby, you looking fine. Ooh, that just made me nervous. You want to rub Big Mama titties and make me feel better? No, I think you're going to be okay, Big Mama. Maybe you should go take an aspirin and lay down. Ooh, that's fine. I'm going to lay down my titties out. You come and rub them for me, okay, baby? Yeah, well, hell will freeze over and Dev will be giving out snow cones before that happens. Okay. Your PS. Say, man, it's your boy Crazy Rufus here. I'm gonna holler at you about some things now. You know, you got all these little funky ass, little sassy ass bitches running around out there thinking, oh, we're gonna do. They thinking there's some shit out there. They so fucking special. They all pretty and shit. Like they ain't got to do what they ain't got to do. You know, they're gonna get up there and go tell you, oh, I ain't gonna do that. Oh, I ain't gonna do that. I don't think I need to do this shit here. Okay, like they up in the job telling the boss man, like, I don't need to come in here at 9 o'clock. I can get my shit done and come in here at 10 o'clock. They ain't wanna do shit. Thinking they special. Bitch, let me tell y'all funky little ass some shit here. You ain't that fucking special. You ain't pretty, you ain't shit. These little bitches running around here, oh, like, my shit's special. You know, like, my shit's the best. I got some good shit over here. Fuck that shit. You see one motherfucking ass, you see them all. You see one set of titties, you see all them titties. They're all the same shit. Fuck, I care the lights out. You all look the same, goddammit. You ain't gonna tell me what to do. You ain't gonna tell me what you ain't gonna do. Motherfucker, do what your fucking ass is supposed to be doing out there. You don't fuck around and find out why they call me Crazy Rufus now. COVID list, kids, no mask, don't ask. Haters can kiss my ass, and remember, who loves you, babe? That's been your Friday wrap-up, and I'll see you when I see you. Salud.